My name's Randy Boyd. This is a 1971 C10. Had a 383 stroker motor in it. I've had it for about 22 years. It stays in a shop, air conditioned and heated just as well as I am. So.
Well, if it's your baby, you got to take care of it, right?
That's right. And I really enjoy riding in it. My wife and I go to cruising the coast in it. Pretty much go wherever we want. It's not a real good highway truck because of the motor and the rear end, so it'll drive it around 55 miles an hour. Don't push it on the highway.
What rear end's it running?
You got a 373 in it.
Okay, but if you need to get out in traffic, it'll step out.
It'll go, but it's just your RPMs are gonna go up there pretty good.
Oh
too,
yeah,
and you're gonna pull some fuel through it pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, it'll hit that hip pocket.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's hard to keep tires on the back of it. I love to play. I love to change them out a couple times a year.
I understand.
You know, that's part of having one.
I understand.
You can't run one and drive one. There's no use in having it.
Do you paint it or?
Porter's Body Shop here in Brookhaven.
Okay.
That paint job's been on there since '07. So,
wow.
But it gets used, so it doesn't just. It's in the shop when I'm not driving it, but I drive it. I drive it in the rain. I drive it in whatever weather. I don't keep it inside just because it may rain that day.
I understand. And you said it does not have an overdrive transmission.
No, it just has 350. Regular 350 with the 373 gear. So it's turning about 3,000 RPMs when you get around 63 miles an hour.
Right. Yep. And on a long trip, that's kind of where you want to keep her. So
yeah, you don't want to get any higher than that.
Nope. So how long have you owned this truck?
About 22 years.
Okay. I think you said that.
Yeah. When I got it, it was a farm truck, and it was a blue. I don't know exactly what color code blue, but a blue, and it had regular wheels on it. It had air conditioning. It had a 3-speed on the column, and the original motor is still in it. It's just been stroked and rebuilt. And still got the factory air conditioning. It's been redone and works good. That's why my wife likes to ride in it compared to some of the other ones I have.
I understand.
It's got air conditioning in it. She don't care for the for the heat.
Well, I see my wife standing over there holding that other camera nodding about that air conditioner. My hot rod's probably not going to have it, so she may not ride with me.
Air conditioning helps you. But that little truck you see on the dash there,
yes, sir.
When I brought the truck to Porter's Body Shop, and he asked me what did I want done to it. I told him I wanted it to look just like that truck, and I handed it to him, and he put it on his desk and kept it in his office until I picked up the truck.
Okay, all right. Well, I think he did a pretty good job of replicating it.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you talking with me.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
This is a 1987 Buick Regal T. It stands for turbo. So 87 is the last year they made this car. Just like the Grand National, this is actually a Grand National that is not black. And
that's what one of the first things I noticed.
Yes,
is that it's silver.
This car is, like I said, it's called the Regal T. Turbo. It's got the same running gear, same motor, transmission, rear end, and everything as the Grand National, but it's just a little bit lighter than the Grand National. So 1987, this car and the Grand National was the fastest quarter-mile car made in America. It would outrun a Corvette off the showroom floor.
Yes, sir. I do know those specs.
And that's why they quit making them. The higher-ups in General Motors that made Corvettes and the people buying Corvettes got to raising so much sand about it, they discontinued these cars.
They got their feelings hurt.
Got their feelings hurt bad. But
have you done any upgrades or
I have done a lot of upgrades. It has a much bigger turbo than came on it. Has the K&N air filter system, has a 3-inch downpipe. It's got a much bigger intercooler than come on it. It's got the alcohol system on it.
Oh.
It's got bigger injectors. The throttle body has been reworked, and the computer has been cut into with a bigger chip and some upgrades done inside the computer. This is a little 231 cubic inch motors, putting out 500 horsepower, running on 20 pounds of boost.
Get her done.
And it will step out on you.
That's what I like to hear.
40 miles an hour going down the street, you can stomp down on it and it'll light the tires up.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And
So how long have you owned it?
I've had it for a little over 4 years now. I'll take it down to cruising the coast every year. This will be my 4th cruising the coast coming up with it. I go to car shows with it. I won a few trophies.
And I'm sure you probably surprised a few Mustangs from stoplight to stoplight.
You would be surprised. People pull up beside you, an old man like me driving a grandma looking car, and they get smoked by it. They can't stand it.
All right, well, I appreciate you talking with me. And,
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm proud of my little car there. I like it very much.
Yes, sir. You got a lot to be proud of here.
Rick Bush, 66 Mustang. It's a 6-cylinder.
I bet.
We came out of a junkyard, rebuilt the whole thing. Started out, redid the frame, new hood, trunk, fenders, and then all the other stuff we kind of got piece by piece. So, and it's actually a Chevy color. It's a barbecue red.
Well, it's a pretty color, I know that.
Yeah.
I like it. So how long have you had the car?
Had about 2 years now.
Did you do the restoration yourself, or did you have some help? Or?
We had help. Yeah, we had a guy in Alabama that actually did the paint job, and then we rebuilt the engine, cleaned it up, painted it, and then the interior we did. So, basically, all the lines, fuel tank, gas lines, brake lines, all that's new too. Master cylinder. So it went through pretty good.
Well, like I was telling you, my dad had a 67 with that 206 cylinder. He said at one time it was the most reliable car he'd ever owned.
Yeah, that's what my dad said. You couldn't tear them things up. So, but it runs good.
I didn't notice. Is it automatic or standard?
It's standard, little 3-speed.
3-speed.
I keep looking for that 4th gear though.
That's exactly what my dad had. Was the 3-speed. So he'll see this video and he'll get a kick out of this car.
So it looks like there were a lot of these made, but you just don't see a lot of them on the road anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing you can't get for them. There's every nut, bolt, and screw. So
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I use CJ Pony for all the parts, and I've never had a problem finding parts.
well, you got a beautiful car. I appreciate you talking with me.
Thank you.